IVM.
Hello and welcome to Smile India with me, Shifa Maitra. As we approach the end of the year, let's be in gratitude for all the things going right. And here's some wonderful news from different parts of our nation. Let's begin with Puri in Odisha. It's now the only city in India where residents get clean filtered water from their taps around the clock. I remember being very intrigued while watching English films on how people would fill a glass of water from the tap in the kitchen and drink it. Well, they get potable water, that's why. This mission called Sujal now puts Puri at par with London, New York, and Singapore, where residents use tap water to cook and drink as the Municipal Corporation provides clean, filtered water. I think one of the best parts of this is that now tourists don't need to buy bottled water. They can just refill the bottle they carry. Full marks to the Odia government, and hope all cities in India get here soon. Freedom from boiling water and filtering it, soon to be a reality. Next up is a giant leap in renewable energy thanks to Pradeep Kumar, a resident of Pitwar village in Hisar, Haryana. He has created a vehicle called Solar on Wheels, which you can drive to your field and get electricity instantly. It also solves the problem of solar panels being stolen from fields where they were placed. Pradeep would know this since he ran a solar panel installation business and saw how the heavy panels got easily damaged or stolen, and he had to bear the brunt of it. That's when he designed a trolley with smaller panels, and this could be mounted onto the farmer's tractor and driven to and fro from the fields. It took him 2 years to get it right. He now has 10 panels on a trolley, which can be used on uneven surfaces as well. Farmers did the numbers and realized that they could spend more hours on the field and save money. Through word of mouth, Pradeep's work started picking up. Some farmers realized it was beneficial at home as well. In the months when farmers are home, some of them use the solar panels to do a side business, like grind wheat to make atta. Pradeep has sold over 2,000 units. He's now making a smaller version that can get onto cycles for farmers who don't have tractors, truly taking the nation ahead. Next up is a delightful piece of news about a couple in Mumbai who at 85 have just launched their company, which is doing extremely well. Why? Because it's a product that's much needed. It's an oil that prevents hair fall. The couple are retired and had been living with their daughter for the last 10 years. They saw people as young as their granddaughter complaining about hair fall. Nana ji, who's been a businessman ages ago and a naturopath now, decided to get going. He made a lab in his room and created an oil that actually worked. He tried it on himself, and in 3 months, his hair was growing. His family was thrilled, and they started giving ideas to Nanaji. He then decided to make and sell the oil commercially. He got a whole lot of offers, but he said, "My life partner will be my only business partner." So Nana and Nani got to work. Their granddaughter started marketing the products online, and today Nana and Nani are super busy and happy. The oil is getting rave reviews, and they get up to 1,000 calls a day. The elderly couple are saving up and soon planning to open a factory. Wow, what an inspiration. The last story comes from Nasik about an enterprising lady called Trupti. She often used to see people leave old photographs and broken idols of gods by the riverfront, and these used to just lie there or cause more pollution in the water. She decided to tell people how to recycle them. She told someone that the pictures could be dissolved and the water could be used to water plants. The wood for the frames could be used elsewhere, but people were hesitant and only wanted to put them in the water. Trupti did some research, and yes, the Puranas did say broken idols could be put in the river. But at that point, idols were made of clay, which could be easily dissolved. Today, it's different. So Trupti got to work. At first, recyclers were hesitant. So Trupti went and spoke to a priest. He said, "You must do an Uttar Puja and then start the process." Trupti was able to use the mud and plaster of Paris idols to create strong, eco-friendly bricks. And from the metal ones, she makes toys and cubes. Over 1 lakh idols are discarded in a year in our country, and it's a genuine problem that Trupti is helping solve. Over the last 2 years, 10,000 broken idols have been recycled by her for a small fee. So instead of discarding broken idols and pictures of gods and ancestors by the water or under trees, send them to Trupti at Sampurna and give them a new lease of life. Contact Trupti at sampurna2019@gmail.com. The ones we love deserve this, right? That's it for today, and I'll be back next week with more delightful news from India. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and get vaccinated. For more interesting information on our country, please like and follow Good News Indians on Facebook. To hear more engaging podcasts, download the IVM app, go to the IVM website or look for us wherever you get podcasts from. To stay in touch with me, you could look up Shifa Maitra on Twitter and Instagram. Since you heard and liked Smile India in English, you could check out our Hindi version too and recommend it to people who prefer podcasts in Hindi.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Agla Station Adulthood, Ritasha and Ayushi are in conversation with journalist Pallavi Iyer. They talk about her having lived in so many different cities, adulting through it all, and what motherhood means to her and how young folk can lead better lives and support the nation's progress. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth asks if energy management is just a better way of time management. Tune in to find out if this is practical and possible. On Khel Niti, Rajiv Mishra, Ayaz Memon and Sabah Karim talk about Team India's elimination from the T20 World Cup, Pakistan's new team, and New Zealand stepping into the semi-finals. On Smile India, Shifa discusses a Kolkata-based NGO that's trying to help single-screen cinema survive. And on Hans Vani, hear the story, Mere Liye Ek Minute, and find out why a depressed man mourns his own death by observing silence for a whole minute. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And do follow us on YouTube. We have a number of different channels. You can find them on ivmpodcast.com/YouTube, where you'll be able to take a look at all of the channels we have. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Cred, Bank of Baroda, Quarter, CoinSwitch, Kuber, Slay Coffee, Intel, and Oxfam India. Thank you so much. You make this possible.
Eventually, you'll see the end of your childhood.
Get accustomed to womanhood.
Enjoy the experience of sisterhood.
Might get to wifehood.
Or not. Choose motherhood.
Or not. You'll learn to define your personhood.
Earn a livelihood.
Change the neighborhood.
And get rid of the falsehood that life post-academia is easy.
So join me, Ritasha.
And me, Ayushi.
On a journey from station starting point.
To station, what now?
Next station, Puri station. And hopefully, Agla station, adulthood.
Fresh episodes out every Thursday.